Vanakkam, Namaskar, and hello to all the listeners and viewers of this episode of Fixed Income Markets with Sundaram Mutual Fund. We start this episode with Federal Reserve action, which was larger than anticipated at 50 basis points, taking the rates to 475 to 5%, while market participants were expecting a gradual lift up in steps of 25 basis points. The Fed chair alluded the need to focus on unemployment and explained the larger cut as a normalization of rates as per the economy's requirement as well as preemptive measure. Dot plot release alongside indicated 50 basis points more cuts during this calendar and another calendar year and another 100 basis points by end of 2025. The response was a rise in yields for US 10-year note as people were anticipating a larger rate cut on the dot plots. Post the cut, barring the consumer confidence, data has been better than anticipated, indicating no damage to the economy. Back in India, the MPC is to announce its policy decision on 9th October 2024 with the three new external members Ram Singh, Nagesh Kumar, and Sogata Bhattacharya. This is likely to bring uncertainty on the voting pattern compared to the earlier members, which had a divergent view on rate cuts juxtaposed to RBI members. We expect a pause in no stance. We expect a pause with no change in stance. But tone could be neutral, and some commentary and guidance on the rate cut in the United States and the developed market central banks. In global comparison, we are still witnessing robust economic parameters in India, although we add that the sequential momentum is lower. Tax collections are still strong, vehicle sales are mixed, two-wheeler sales are better than the passenger vehicle sale, GST collections are still high but slightly moderating, cement dispatches and steel sales are robust on construction activity, manufacturing and services PMI are over 50 but moderating sequentially. In general, as we enter the festive season, economy should remain buoyant on consumption from retail. Inflation is largely driven by the food component, which is more supply driven, and as monsoons have been 108% of the long period average and reservoirs at an all-time high in most locations will produce good Rabi harvest, mitigating vegetable and fruit inflation. Later, while during the festive season, the food inflation can continue to remain a concern. As we get into festive season and state elections, the rise in cash usage by the informal economy is likely to rise, keeping the liquidity tight, which can be mitigated by the government spending and forex flows through index inclusion. Liquidity has been in the surplus as the overnight rate has been lower than the repo rate since late July by about 10 to 15 basis points. In spite of food inflation playing trend and deposits by banks being raised at higher rates, financial conditions are not tight on account of RBI modulating the liquidity with term repos on both sides of the corridor. On the long bonds, the market is already discounting a terminal repo of around 5.5% as indicated by the OIS and cash market. The longer end is not likely to see a major appreciation until unless a view on the terminal repo rate changes and growth outlook deteriorates materially. On the other hand, as the repo rate has not yet been cut, the front end of the curve has not seen a downward shift and can see better risk adjusted returns or even similar absolute returns compared to the longer end of the curve. China has seen a massive stimulus over the last month on account of worries from poor consumption and flailing property market. PBOC has cut near-term rates more aggressively than longer-term rates, while has cut reserve ratio requirement by 50 basis points and indicated a further cut in addition to directed measures like support to local government, giving money to couples, supporting the property market by cutting the existing mortgage rates and giving money to couples with two or more kids, excluding the first kid. All this is likely to prop up the economy towards the state-directed 5% growth mark. This also indicates the desire of the authorities to have more balance between consumption and investments. Japan saw political change indicating a favor for higher rates, but the same was played down as PM Ishiba took charge and indicated top priority was defeating deflation on a sustainable basis, which rules out immediate hikes from Bank of Japan, resulting in yen depreciation. In Europe, the weaker growth is likely to push ECB for a 25 basis point cut in October policy as growth takes precedence and continued uncertainty on the global front while inflation gets aligned to the 2% target. Taking all these global and domestic factors into account, and our narrative on rates, we consider a mid duration strategy through Sundaram Corporate Bond Fund, Sundaram Banking PSU Fund, Sundaram Short Term Fund, superior on a risk adjusted basis compared to long duration strategy until unless the investor has a divergent view on the terminal repo rate. Investors can use Sundaram Overnight Fund, Sundaram Liquid Fund for cash management, while investors with longer investment horizon, 3 months to 6 months, and incrementally higher risk appetite can graduate to funds like Sundaram Ultra Short Term Fund, Sundaram Money Market Fund, and Sundaram Low Duration Fund. Thanks for joining. See you in the next episode.
Mutual fund investments are subject to market risks. Read all scheme related documents carefully.